For decades, dogs were considered man's best friend until the early 20th century when we invented a new best friend, shop vac. The shop vac never turns its nose at anything, eats only electricity, and will truly just suck everything up, unlike a dog. Today we are remodeling the upstairs, or completing the remodeling upstairs. About a year ago, we actually probably more than a year ago, about 2 years ago, we remodeled the entire upstairs and downstairs. You guys may remember that time. We built the stairs, etc. But upstairs was left like in a state of kind of disarray. We never finished it. And as of now, game development, we're getting more people at a rate that we need more desks, and so we're quickly going to paint upstairs and finish the electrical before installing a few new desks up here, so we can get more people working in here. So exciting times. We'll keep you guys updated in the process as we show you guys the development that's happening downstairs. Stay tuned.
Bandit, everything is wrong in your life right now. So this character is the bar owner for the menu bar in the game. I decided he'd be a robot because he's the only person that's the only type of being I could see living out in the desert that doesn't need water. We don't have a name yet. I was thinking Gunther, because that's funny, but we don't actually have a name yet, so we need to come up with a name. He built the bar himself, and he built most of himself by himself. So he's kind of like slowly replaced body parts with junk that he's found. His chest is like an air conditioning unit, and his little backpack holder is a satellite dish. When I modeled this, I didn't have any concept art to go off of, so I kind of just had to make it up from my head. So as I was building him, I was deciding what each piece might be. You know, he's got like a broken panel on one side, very asymmetrical design, since I know he's put himself together. He's like a fry cook. He's like a diner fry cook. He's got like nerdy looking kind of video camera glasses. He's got the little paper hat. He doesn't have a mouth or ears, so instead he has there's a microphone that he's kind of like put on his collarbone and then a speaker on his collarbone. If you stick your head in him, he'll like freak out. You just put your whole head in it and he'll just be like, "Wah!" I think I want him to sound really, after doing his glasses like this, I think I want him to sound kind of nerdy. Like I want him to be like a teenager who has to work at McDonald's. So when you make a mess, like by throwing stuff all over the place, he's the one who has to clean it up. Right?
So remember that, gamers, when you mess up the menu, this is the guy that's got to clean it up.
Yeah, he's got to clean everything up after you make a mess of the menu. Oh, you want to talk about textures? You should bug Nate.
What? I'm working on textures for some of our panel attachments that are going to be on the ship, like the outside edge of the ship. These are going to be rare attachments that can randomly pop up, I believe, in your chest at the start of a match or something.
Essentially, you'll find each attachment out in the waist randomly, or you start with 5 random ones, but then you also have to go find some out in the waist. It's essentially a fight over who can get the best junk or the most junk.
We have a harpoon gun. We have a horn, which will allow you to program your own like MIDI type files that play whenever you press the button. We have a light for shining light about the environment, and a cannon. I'm using Substance Painter. It's my go-to choice for texturing at least 90% of the stuff that we are dealing with. It's really good for getting down quick and dirty textures, and also creating custom stuff on top of that.
I'm still debating whether or not we save what junk you have over each mission. That might be a bit too dusty, but that looks awesome. So you could have a ship that just has 16 keyboard if you worked on it, you know. So you could just like if you played a bunch of missions to just find just keyboards and place them all on your ship, and you could just sit there and have a full piano and make a ton of noise. Or a ship full of harpoons. On a harpoon ship, just shoot harpoons everywhere. Hopefully the harpoon will work like a harpoon should also, where if you tag it onto somebody, then your ship will follow that ship. Nate finished the texture for the bar, at least the exterior. We need to revisit the inside a little bit. But as you can see, it looks pretty bonkers. Got my ship parked out in front of it. Yeah, everything is made from stuff that our robot bartender has found. So there's a downed airplane wing, and the seat is obviously made out of a barrel. This seat's made out of road signs and junk. And then of course everything is all rusty and janky looking. Our bartender robot is a former ice cream truck driver, which is why he's got his little ice cream bin out here. He always had aspirations of having a bar instead of just an ice cream truck. And then also, as soon as it got too hot out, his ice cream just melted and the truck didn't work anymore, so he made a bar instead. Plus there was no more kids to sell ice cream to. And then obviously the bar's up on stilts because of the dust worms, so.
The what?
Robot knows. He's smart enough at least that he's like, my patrons can't touch the ground. Anytime you're in the desert level, it's actually gonna be there. I'm gonna scale out to show how big this environment is because it's pretty big. So this is the first level area. So that if you can see this in the level, this is basically how big the map is. We have to work on our E3 demo, so there's a bunch of assets that we have to create.
You guys are gonna be at E3?
Maybe, we don't know. There's a whole bunch of training mission stuff that we gotta do, like targets and pop-up bad guys that you shoot at. We should have some multiplayer stuff working by Friday, so we can try some multiplayer shooting out on Friday, and then maybe the attachment stuff too. See you later, guys.
It's all done. Tape comes off, the lines are straight. Now start loading stuff back in here. And it looks good. It looks good. Up here, there was gonna be a cottage dedicated to we're gonna have that's where we're gonna put the shirt backstock. And so it was gonna be called Merch Cottage. But it turns out that what's more priceless is space for desks and vibes and VR tracking spaces. And VR, whereas a singular cottage built in life can never change, a cottage built in VR can change whenever you want it to. So really, now the theme of the office is to keep it as a blank slate and then transform it in virtual reality. Guys, look at what I got. We did the Power Hour commentary, and I was like, oh man. I remember that one time we made a Power Hour poster. I made this poster. I remember rendering out the comp super high resolution and sending the file off, but I've never actually had it myself, ever. So. Oh. I have a Power Hour poster now.
That looks great.
Right? It's exactly like one poster in the world that I'm on and I didn't own it. That's art right there.
That was pretty awesome.
Yep.